Having a solid understanding of units is crucial in our study of mechanics and engineering in general. What units allow us to do is quantify different physical properties such as mass, length, or force in meaningful and consistent ways. Now, in statics, we're typically going to work with two unit systems. One, our international system or SI units, and two, our US customary system. Now, you might informally refer to our US customary system as English system. And while this is correct, it's a little bit ambiguous because there are multiple systems that could be considered English system. Uh, for example, British gravitational or actual English engineering system. There's slight differences. We're not going to go into those right now because in this class, all we do is work with the US customary system. Now, generally, I think you'll find that the SI units are easier to work with. You'll enjoy those problems a little bit more than the English system. But in the United States, some fields still use different types of unit systems rather than SI, and we'll work problems in both of these systems. What I want to do first is go through and go over what our fundamental units are in each of these systems. So our fundamental units are going to be length, is going to be mass, and is going to be time. Now what a fundamental unit is, it's the building blocks of all our other units. All of our other units that are not fundamental have to be made out of these different quantities. So everything has to be made out of length, mass, time. We're not going to be touching with temperature, but out of these three units, these are our fundamental units. Now in SI system, our length is a unit of a meter. And we can abbreviate that with an M. In our US customary system, it has a unit of a foot, and we could say this is FT. Now a mass in SI units is going to be a kilogram, and in English units, it's US customary units, it's going to be a slug. And I do find myself a lot of times when I'm talking very quickly, refer to them as English units and not necessarily US customary units. So in my videos, if I'm talking quickly, I might say English units. Now for both of these systems, time is going to be a second. So these are all of our fundamental units. Now I want to look at a force because this is another very important unit that we're going to be using throughout the course. In SI units, we have a Newton, and in US customary units, we're going to have a pound force. Let me write them out completely. So it's a Newton. In here, it's going to be a pound. Or LBF. And this is where the most mistakes get made. I see students confuse pounds and kilograms, not necessarily between the different systems, but confusing what their fundamental quantities are. So a pound is a unit of force. A kilogram is a unit of mass. And most likely, this is where the mistake happens. A student will mistakenly say a pound is a unit of mass. And that's not true. And we can prove that by looking at Newton's law. So Newton's law is our sum of our forces is mass times acceleration. And we say that a Newton is equal to a kilogram. And acceleration is a length over a time squared. So it's going to be a length is going to be a meter over a time is a second squared. And that is the definition of a Newton. Now, if we go to our US customary units, what we'll have is, okay, a pound is equal to a slug foot per second squared. So you can see there on other sides of the equation, and we already said that they're not the same quantity, but the mistake is probably because how we weigh ourselves and everything. Everyone wants to seem to use pounds as a unit of mass, and you just can't do that. Now, anything that's not a fundamental unit is a derived unit. And you can see with this little example, this Newton is derived from our fundamental units. Now, the last thing I want to go over is the different values of gravity in each of these systems. Now, these are pretty important, and I would take the time to memorize these values that we have. In SI units, the value that we'll use is 9.81 meters per second squared. In gravity has a unit of acceleration because it's just an acceleration. And in English units, gravity is going to have a value of 32.2 feet per second squared. Now, what we should note, we should make a little note that these are only valid on Earth. And these are sort of the average values of gravity that we're going to use on Earth. The actual value of gravity will depend on where you are on Earth. If you're farther or closer to the center of Earth, the value of gravity will change. But this is a good enough approximation for any of the work that we're doing in a statics course.